Welcome everybody to Anime Characters Versus, where I take two characters and I decide who will win in a battle to the death. Now, every single battle will take place in a coliseum. Yeah, let's just say the two characters get teleported into some random arena, and now they gotta duke it out to the death. Today it'll be Luffy versus Natsu, Dragon Slayer versus the Captain of the Straw Hats. Alright, let's learn some more information about the characters first. Now let's start with Natsu. His real name is Natsu Dragneel. Now I don't have his age up because Hiro Mashima has yet to reveal his age in any interview or in the actual manga or anything like that. And there's actually theories tied to that. Now for his abilities, he has fire magic, that's his main magic. He has Dragon Slayer magic, meaning he pretty much can eat his main element magic to gain more power. And then with Dragon Slayer magic comes Dragon Force, which think Super Saiyan for Dragon Slayers. Now his equipment is a scarf, which I kind of have there because that's what's important to him. He'll protect it at all costs. Now, because he's more of a hand-to-hand guy and he doesn't really use weapons. He has used weapons in the past, but they weren't really as helpful to him when he was fighting hand-to-hand with fire magic. Alright, now for Luffy. Now, Luffy's real name is Monkey D. Luffy. He is 19 years old, because we're doing the post-time skip version. And then his ability, he ate the Gummy Gummy fruit, or the Gum Gum fruit, which is pretty much known as a rubber man, as he can stretch. Think anime version of Mr. Fantastic. Now with that, he can go into second and third gear, which I'll explain later on. And then he can also use Haki. And you can use all three forms of it with something else that I'll explain later on. Alright, now is for the strengths and weakness for Natsu. Now, Natsu's strength is fire magic, meaning that he mainly uses fire magic. He has enhanced strength, enhanced speed, enhanced reflexes, and good hand-to-hand combat. And he has immense durability. Now, he has good smell. He can pretty much smell things a mile away, like a dog. And he can hear very well. He has good senses. Now, for weaknesses, he has very, very bad motion sickness. If you put him on a boat or roller coaster or a train, even a car, he won't be able to do anything. Now, he is simple. Now, not as simple as Luffy, but he's not the brightest of them all. And there's something that really hasn't been explained in the manga or anime. I think I may be missing something. But I think logically, water would be his weakness. And also this, Natsu will get tired, so he needs fire to keep going. Now, the fight is going to take place in a random arena that they get teleported to. And he can't eat his own fire. So what happens if he ever gets tired? More on that later. But yeah, this is his strengths and weakness. Now for the strengths and weakness for Luffy. Now Luffy is, for his strength, he is a rubber man. Essentially, he gets all the abilities a rubber man does. Electricity does not harm him at all, since rubber doesn't really get affected by electricity. Now he has enhanced strength, enhanced speed, and reflexes, and he has good hand-to-hand combat. And also one thing, he is very lucky. Now what I mean is like situations where he's almost getting captured by Marines, he can suddenly get saved. And yet, it's something that he's known for, being very lucky. Now his weakness, since he's a devil, he is a devil fruit user, meaning he can't swim. So if you drop him in the middle of the ocean or anything, he is pretty much screwed. Now Luffy is very, very simple, and he can get easily distracted, and he is very, very gullible. An example would be if you're fighting him, and then you decide to disguise yourself as some random person, he will believe you. Yeah, Luffy is definitely not smart, but he makes up for it with his combat and his strength. Alright, these are the basic stats for Natsu. And I just want to point out that special abilities mean stuff like ninjutsu, ki, Dollar Fruit, use Dollar Fruit powers, Haki, Nin, stuff like that. Alright, now here are the stats for Luffy. Now this is based off Luffy, how we currently see him in the Dressrosa arc. Now his fighting is high, and I actually think that his fighting could possibly max level, but we haven't seen his full strength yet. Now Luffy is very fast. And his special abilities, he is pretty much good with his Fruit powers, and he has more experience than Natsu. What I mean by that, meaning he been through more desperate fights and learned more based off his fights than Natsu did, pretty much. Though his intelligence is below Natsu, but his basic strength speed is above Natsu. But that's just his basic form. This is not him in second or third gear, or him using any form of hockey. Just him in straight out combat. Now let's start with the main event. I want to point out that the arena they're fighting in have a total of 8 torches hanging from the walls. So Natsu can eat those, eat the fire from the torches, but he'll eventually run out. Now Luffy can get burned by fire, so Natsu fire magic will be effective. Now Natsu has this mode called Lightning Flame Dragon mode, which enhances his magic with lightning. But it wouldn't work on Luffy at all because lightning or electricity does not work on a rubber man. Now for hand-to-hand combat, Luffy can use Devil Fruit abilities and stretch, while Natsu has to rely on his fire magic to be effective. Now, here's the thing that Luffy will have over Natsu is his gear second and third. And he also has Haki, but we'll get back to that later. Now when he's in his gear second or second gear, he becomes a whole lot stronger and faster. And since the post time skip, he can pretty much use it on parts of his body like his arms or his legs, which is also effective. Then he can also use third gear, which pretty much makes parts of his body gain more mass and gets larger, which enhances the strength too. And since this is post time skip, he does not have any consequences like him shrinking like he did pre time skip. Now Natsu can retaliate the gear by using Dragon Force, which gives him a power that is comparable to an actual dragon, which is funny because Punk has an arc, Luffy has defeated a dragon. With that, he can use Crimson Lotus Phoenix Blade, which pretty much covers his body in flame, which is probably his most powerful attack that he'll be able to use on Luffy. But Luffy's advantage over Natsu is Haki, which pretty much gives him the ability to sense and use spiritual energy. It's very similar to like a Nin for Hunter x Hunter. Now he can use Conqueror's Haki or Heiyoshoku, excuse my pronunciation, which is the ability to dominate the will of others. Now it can be debated if Natsu is strong enough or have a higher will to not be affected and resist this attack by Luffy. But now Luffy can also use Mantra or Kambushoku Haki, which allows him to sense the presence of others, meaning Natsu can't like sneak attack on Luffy, and Luffy will be able to predict all of Natsu's moves. And now the last Haki that Luffy can use, and the third one, is the Color of Arms Haki or Busushoki, which pretty much allows him to, it pretty much creates a force similar to an invisible armor around their body. Now Luffy uses this to darken parts of his body and harden it, which makes it a whole lot stronger. Like he took out a whole pacifista by using this ability. So, oh yeah, and also he can use that ability to go with his second and third gear. With his second gear, it can pretty much turn to a fire fist, kind of similar to Natsu's move, which will actually give him Natsu the ability to eat it if you ever had a chance. But I think he won't be able to since Luffy will punch him and the impact will hit him. But whatever, that's something that can be debated too. So, what I think will win this fight will be Luffy, but mainly on the purpose of Haki. I think it would be much more of a fight if there was no Haki involved and it was just second and third gear. Now we're talking like pre-time skip. That would be a whole different conversation. But this is post-time skip, the current Luffy and Dressrosa arc. So, and yeah, in the I cannot pronounce that. Dressrosa arc currently. But you gotta consider this. They're both ongoing currently. Natsu will get a power up. Like even Tartarus arc, how do you think he's going to defeat End or even Zero sooner or later in the series? He will get a power up. Maybe he'll be able to defeat Luffy. But guess what? We haven't seen all Luffy can do yet. So we may never know. This battle might change later, and I'll update the video later if things get to that. But it's not up to me to decide who win this battle at the moment. It's up to you. You can go vote and a poll that I'll have link in the description below. But you also comment and debate in the comments below on who you think is going to win. Now, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And the next fight will be Whitebeard versus Hashirama, the first Hokage.